All right, good morning. Welcome, Internet world. And today I'd like to go back into Pac-Man. Okay, so can everybody go back into Pac-Man? So I want to talk about something real quick before we start. Do we have to have an immaculate, gorgeous GUI to start? No. Could I just have gray buttons in here? Let's say I went to this guy right here and I went to image, none, and hit OK. Could I have a gray button in here and maybe just put like a U in here? Can I do that with just a U and get this program to work? Yeah, so, your beautification of the GUI doesn't have to come until the end. So even if you're finished or not finished, wherever you're at with your GUI, let's go start writing some basic code blocks to start getting Pac-Man to function. Okay? Who's with me? Thumbs up if you're with me. Everybody got Pac-Man on their screen? Who does not? You guys got Pac-Man up back there? You don't have the ghost? All right, well, we don't have to do the ghost at the beginning, right? Probably the only thing I'm going to work on right now is good old Pac-Man. Pac-Man, good old Pac-Man. So is this Pac-Man right here? Yeah, it is. All right. What is this? A Powerball? Yeah, it's a Powerball. This is a dot. Okay, so let's do a little bit of work here on Pac-Man. Who's with me? All right, so let's go back to, let's get one idea of what we want to do today. Well, I have a table arrangement down here. Okay, this is, if you put that box around it, I have a 5x3 table arrangement. 5 columns, 3 rows. Why did I do 5 columns? So I could have this little ice shooter right here, and I have this little fire button over here. Are you with me? So that brought me to the need of needing 5 columns. And if I want to go rows, then I've got, the up, left, and down. So, I got to have 5x3. So then you put that inside of an HA control panel, which its width is still parent, and then you center this. So watch this. If I go left, is that guy going to go left? Hello? Does this guy go left if I push him to the left? Yeah. Can I go right over here? Okay. And can I center it? Okay. So that's why layouts. You have to put them inside of a layout. Could that have been a vertical layout? Probably. Probably could have. Okay. Because here's probably what I'm going to end up doing, Krish. I'm going to come down here and probably put a button on the outside. Like a play pause button. Could we do that? Yeah. So I could come down here and let's see the size of these buttons. These are 30. So this guy right here could be like 45 by 45. Okay. And these guys could be a round shape. Since you asked, we could do something like this. Okay, 45 by 45. Okay, and make that a round shape. Okay, now, are those centered in the box? Up and down vertically? No, and I want them centered, so what I'm probably going to do is go back to my horizontal arrangement. Where is it? Here it is. HA control panel, and now I can align it center vertically. Now those buttons are in the middle vertically, right? And can I have like a play pause button in here? Okay, yeah, I can. I can do whatever I want. It's up to us. We're the developers. Now I can have PTN play. I could have over here, I can actually show you how to do a play pause button on one button where you click it and then it plays it, and then you click it again and then it pauses it. That's a cool way of doing it. Then over here, this guy could be like BTN reset. You could reset the game and play it again. Are you with me? Okay. So, over here, I'm just going to go to my text and say, okay, this is reset. Okay. And this guy over here is play. All right. Play pause. Are you with me on that? So is that cool? Can we do whatever we want down here? Yeah, we can. You create whatever you can think of. All right, so let's go get a little bit of functionality here. Are you ready? Let's go into code blocks. All right, who's with me on code blocks? Thumbs up if you're with me on code blocks. All right, so what's the first thing that has to happen? Someone's going to click on your icon on your phone screen, right? Click, and they want Pac-Man to come up. Okay? So, you know, when we want this is meaning screen 1 gets initialized. So go find your screen 1 initialize. This is the starting of the game. This is the starting of the app. Screen 1 initializes. You know, you just got to learn this one time. Once you do it one time, it's not that hard. Okay? So who understands now that if I want to start the app, I got to go with this screen 1 initialize function? Who gets that? Okay? So what do we want? What do we want? I can't talk today. What do we want to happen when the game starts? So you want Pac-Man to chomp? Is that what you're saying? Or you move? What do you mean move? Like move left, right, up, and down? Okay, so the players have time. So you're going to play this game by time. So okay. So I don't know if we have a clock game time in here. No, we only have clock animate. So if you want a clock game time, you got to go back to sensors, right? You're going to go to clock, and we're going to call this guy clock game time. Okay. And there you go. And now you have two clocks. You have one that animates Pac-Man. It's going to make him chomp, right? And now you have one that's going to take this 60 seconds and count off of it. 59, 58, 57. So you want to get those two things done today? Right? Is that cool? We'll just work on those two things. Don't go on until we get those two things done. Who understands what I'm doing today? Is this too hard to understand? No. You just do one thing at a time. And I'm only going to do one of those right now. So what I'm going to do is go in here to clock animate. And I'm going to say set timer enabled to true. By the way, let me show you guys this. Have you ever seen this before? I don't know if I've showed you this. Let's say I want the word true at the end of here. Are you guys with me? Instead of going and fishing through all the boxes, please watch this. You can type out the word true. Just type on your keyboard T-R-U-E, hit enter, and it pops out. So do you guys see how I did that? You guys can actually type. If you want the word false, I can go, okay, F-L-S-E, false, there it is. And I can hit enter, and it can throw things out. Who understands that? Isn't that pretty cool? So now you're actually like working on code. Okay? So you just turn the clock on. Okay? Now you need to go back to the timer event, and this is what happens when the time is running. Okay, so what do we want clock animate Pac to do? Don't we want it to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Over and over again. So that Pac-Man's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. You with me? Do you guys see what's happening? It's like a flip book. And the clock's going to go circular over and over again. Okay? So what we need here is every time you're dealing with a clock, you need a variable to remember what the clock is on. You got to know the time of the clock. Okay, so I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this animate time. So our animate time. Animate time is a math It's going to start at 0. Okay. And now I'm going to throw this animate time in here and start adding on to it, because I want it to go from 1 to 2 to 3 and add on to it. So I'm going to say set animate time to go do some math, and I want to go get my animate time, and I want to add 1 to it. So go get your math, go get a 0, put it in here, and add 1 to it. Okay, now I tell this to my students all the time. This is a great thing you need to learn. Hello, are you with me? It's like my mom and dad have a Toyota Prius. Have you guys ever been in a Toyota Prius? And you turn the little button on, and you don't know if the car's running or not. Right? I like engine cars where I turn the button on, I know the car's running. How do I know it's running? I can feel it. I can hear it. Right? There's a little bit of vibration in the car. Are you with me? Boom, 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 right? Well, in their car, that Toyota Prius, you don't know if it's running or not. So every time we deal with a clock, you need to know if it's running or not, right? And you need to know how it's running. Is it running fast? Is it running slow? If it's running too slow, let's speed it up. If it's running too fast, let's slow it down. Are you with me? So I recommend this every single time. And you don't have to end the game this way, but every time you guys play with a clock, you need to go into, this is how I do it. I go into screen1.title, and I take my game time, and I put it in there so that when I run this game, do you guys see where it says little screen 1 up here? I should see my clock going 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to see it running. Okay, who understands that? So let's go check and see if that's working. All right, so we're going to go to Connect, Reset, Connect, AI Companion. Grab your companion, log it in, okay, and scan it in. And let's see if the clock is running. Okay. Load it up. Okay, there we go. And there it is. Okay, so is my clock running? Who can verify that it's running for me? Look in the top right-hand corner. What number is it on right now? 9, 10, 11, 12. Are you with me? Okay. So I think we've got something. I think we've got it running. Are you with me? So what's next? So now I want my flip book. Do you guys want, should we do the if statement to make it go back to 0 and go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? Or do you guys want to put the Pac-Man in there? Okay. Let's go back here to our designer. Let's see how many Pac-Mans we have. So if you look right here, oh wow. So I've got Pac-Man 1, 2, 3, and 4. So do you guys see this? By the way, should these all be spelled exactly the same? Pac-Man 1, Pac-Man 2, Pac-Man 3, Pac-Man 4. Should they all be the same? Yes, they need to be identical except for the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Who has that accomplished in their game? I think I showed you that in the GIMP class that we did. Okay, if you call it Pac-Man, fine, I don't care. If you called it Pac, P-A-C, that's fine. Are you with me? But you're going to take this as a string right here. I have a string connected to the number. Guess what? This is going to be a string connected to a clock. Guess where I'm going to get my 1, 2, 3, 4 from? Who generates 1, 2, 3, 4? The clock generates 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I could add the clock onto this Pac guy here, could I get it to show Pac 1, then Pac 2, then Pac 3, and then Pac 4? Yes, I could. So watch this. All right. So while this game time is running, I want to come down here to my Pac-Man image sprite, and I want to set his, let me see, is it a background image? What is it? There it is, picture. I always forget if it's image or picture. Okay, just look in here and read a little bit. It's a picture. I want to set image sprites dot picture to, and let's go up here and get a join. Okay, and I want to join that Pac, P-A-C, right, with the timer 1, 2, 3, and 4. Who's getting this? Okay, so I want to join this text here. What's my beginning text? My beginning text was PAC, Pac. Who understands that? The next part of the text was the timer. So that's where, okay, so that is where I'm going to get my time from. Now it says Pac 1, 2, and 3. But let's go back here. Is that all it says is Pac 1, 2, and 3? Or is there more stuff on this string here? What's at the end here? Does this only say Pac 1, Pac 2, Pac 3? No. What's at the end of it? .png. Do we have to have the .png in there? Yes. So you go back up here, and you want to connect in it, and just take your join, go to the blue gear button, and extend your join out by dragging a string over here. You guys see that? And I want to complete this by saying, okay, all these end with a .png. Okay, and now let's see if this runs. So let's go to connect, reset. Let's go to connect the AI companion, and scan in your AI companion. Okay. Yeah, mine worked but disappeared. So I'm gonna have to hard reset this. Okay, reset. Dismiss this guy. Mine's not going through very. I find out that MIT behaves a little weird when you get a lot of people connecting to the companion at the same time. Yeah, I think it draws too much on our internet. Are you guys with me? So as we all sit here and draw on this, it kind of acts funny. So sometimes you just got to reset it, start all over. All right. And, let's see if it connects. There we go. Did yours come up? I don't know why my screen's bugging out. I don't know what I did. Oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. Oh, I know the problem. It's this guy right here. Look at that. So I need to take this animate time and put this guy in right here. I don't. That's why. Okay, that block came off. That's my problem. There we go. All right, there's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and now he's gone. Okay, so he's gone. Why is he gone? Can anyone explain to me why does he disappear? Yeah, it's not set on repeat. We don't have a PNG5 or a PAC5. Right? So when you get to PAC5, it's looking for a PAC5 in here. Did it find a PAC5? No, it doesn't know what the PAC5 is, so it disappears. It's like, I don't know what this image is. So now what do we have to do to get this guy to go over and over again? Yeah. Okay, yeah, we got to set a repeat. So that comes to your built-in control functions. A control if. If I get to 4, where do I want to go? I want to go back to 0. So go to your control box up here, and we want to start controlling this timer. Does that make sense? You got to control this. And once you do if statements, you're going to do if statements in every single program. It's the most common control statement on the planet. Everything in computer science deals with an if. Okay, you guys do if statements all the time. If it's cold, what are you going to do? Yeah, okay. Lately, I've been getting up and putting on long johns. I've been wearing long johns to work because it's cold and I don't want my legs sitting here freezing. I got to go out and walk my dogs in the morning. Are you with me? And I put on long johns. I don't want my feet and legs to get cold. I can't stand it. So I'm saying in my brain, if it's cold, and it has been lately, right, then I'm putting on long johns and my sweatpants, and I'm going out to walk the dog. If it's hot, okay, let's go wear shorts outside, right? You guys do if statements all the time. So I'm just going to say, okay, let's go get some math. And I want to say, okay, if this animate time is equal to what? 4, right? Is that the last number we went to? If it ever equals 4, what do I want to do to it? I want to reset it. So you're going to go set this animate time back to what? Back to 0. Boom. So then you're going to go 0, 1, 2, 3. And by the way, I've learned to set it back to 0 because if you go to 1, by the time you get to 1, it's already added 1 onto it. Are you with me? And what's 1 plus 1? 2. And you missed the 1. So you got to learn to go back to 0 here. I learned this the hard way. So now let's go ahead and connect it. Now, do we have a repeat? So let's go and reset the AI companion. And do I have a repeat in here? Okay. This would be a great time for a reset button. Are you guys with me? Do we have the reset button done? No, but this would be a great time for the reset button. Yes, Josh. All right, so yeah, you want to go in reverse order. So you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Could we do that? Could we do that? Yes, we could. Okay, so how do we control that? All right, so what you're asking me to do here is have 2 different versions of adding and subtracting. Are you with me? Right. So yeah, how do I do that? So then I would have to go ahead and set the game time back to 0. And then we would have to say, so how are we going to do that? We're going to say, so it's almost like we have to have an if inside of an if. Are you with me? So I might have to do a control if in here again. Okay, I got to think about this. And I want to say if, and then do an else if in here. Okay, and then I can do this. Oops. I don't know, my brain's not figuring it out right now. So if, I guess I could take this statement right here, right? Okay, yeah, so I want to say if this guy is equal to 0, then you want to add on to it. And then in here, you want to have an if statement, okay, and say if this guy equals 4, then set it back to 0. Are you with me? So now we're going to take all this, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to take this if statement right here, and I'm going to duplicate all of this, and I'm coming down here, okay? And I'm going to get rid of this guy, and where is my math? I got to subtract this guy. So I want it game time minus 1. Okay, so actually you're saying if the animate time equals 0, then I don't want to do this. I don't want to reset it back to 0. I want to start subtracting off 1. Are you with me? Okay, so let me look at this. Let me see how this looks. All right. So this is getting a little crazy in here. I don't hope we're not losing people. All right, so if I equal 0, I want to add 1 onto it. And if I equal 4, I want to subtract off of it. Are you with me? And then actually, you could take this and put it down here. That would simplify that, right? So if it is equal to 0, add 1 to it. If you get to 4, subtract 1 to it, and then it should go back here, right? Okay, I think this could work. Let me clean this up. I think this could work. Okay, let me think about it. Okay. So let me think about this. If game time is equal to 0, we want to add 1 to it, right? And then it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Once I get to 4, what should I do? Subtract game time. So 3, 2, 1, 0. If I get to 0, what should I do? Start adding. And in the meantime here, this should be setting it in your title and animating it, okay? Let me see if this works. I think this is it. By the way, do you guys have to test and try your stuff? Yeah, what's the only thing you can do? Yeah, test it, see if it works, right? Okay, so can I test this and see if it works? Okay, so that was a weird code. I got 11217787 as my code. That's weird. Where'd that come from? Huh? Yeah, I know. It should only be letters. Where did I get that from? That's why I'm saying MIT acts a little crazy sometimes, especially when you get a lot of people doing it. Okay, so let's load it up. Yours is not doing anything? Okay, let's put this guy in here. Add 1 to it. Okay, and then set this guy. Duplicate this guy. All right, let's see what happens here. We'll chat a reset. All right, projects. Reset. AI can. So, do you guys see what's happening here? We're kind of trying to get too complex too early. Are you with me? We probably should have just got it running. Okay? So sometimes, that's what I'm saying, you just need to start small. Okay? Don't be afraid to start small. I need to think about this for a second. Are you with me? So, you're trying to do something complex. I don't think you need to do things that are complex at the beginning. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to come back to this. Are you with me? And right now, I'm just going to say, okay, I want to go in here and animate this. And I got to think about this for a little bit. I got to think, how do we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1? Are you with me? Because this is not being an equal to sign here. This is probably like, this needs to be like greater than, right? got to think about that. Yeah. My brain's not figuring it out right now. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to move on and sleep on it tonight, come back, figure it out tomorrow. Let's go see if this works. Okay. So, oh, I took out my if statement. Oh, shoot. Okay. Shoot, I took out my if statement. So let's come down here. I want to do a control if. And I want to say if, here it is. Nope. If animate time equals 4, then I want to set my animate time. I'm just going to throw all this away. Set animate time back to 0. Okay, and restart the game. Are you with me? Okay. So that should run, and this guy should go cyclical over and over again. Let's see if that's working. Okay. Sorry, we're taking a long time here on this project. Who's getting this so far? Okay. Gage, you guys getting this? So, you know, now, is it running the speed that we want? Is it running the speed that we want? No. So what I would do is go back here to screen initialize, and I'm going to copy and paste this block here. And inside of your clock is interval, okay? And it's looking for a number there. And I want to go get a number, and I want to come back here and say, okay, there, your intervals are on the board. Remember, 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. 500 is half a second. 333 is 3 times per second. 250 is 4 times per second. 200 is 5. So I'm going to start lowering this to like 200 milliseconds, which is 1/5 of a second. And I'm going to see if that's going to go any faster. Okay. Yeah, if you hit, yeah, it'll update for you. So let's go hit update 150. Okay. And I might put this in as 100. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and reconnect it and see if the AI companion works. Do you guys see how you just start learning how to deal with what you're dealing with? Josh says, oh man, if you just leave your AI companion connected, oh, it'll send updates through there. Yeah, it does. It'll send it over the web for you. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast. So, you know, just play with it. So I went to 100, and there you go. I'm looking a lot better. I don't see anything wrong with the big chomp down. Are you with me? I don't see anything really wrong with the big chomp. I'm okay with it. All right, so there we go. We've got Pac-Man chomping. Now what? Now what do you want to do? What's the next thing? Oh, you guys said you wanted to run the clock down. Who said that? They wanted to run the clock down? Who said they wanted to run the clock down? 60, 59, 58, 57. Is that what you want to do today? Hello? Guys, I was asking a question. What do you want to do next? How about we just get Pac-Man to move? Simple movement. Is that cool? Can we get Pac-Man to move? So, because really you don't have a game until Pac-Man starts to move. So I'm going to go in here and say, okay, Pac-Man up, down, left, and right. I can just go click on these guys. There's Pac-Man up. I can duplicate this, and I can say, all right, this is Pac-Man down, and I'm going to duplicate this guy over here. I'm going to put Pac-Man going to the right, and I'm going to duplicate this guy over here, and I want to say, okay, Pac-Man's going to the left. Can I do that? Who's got those 4 buttons on their screen? Okay. You have a runtime error? Do you have a block unattached somewhere? Check your blocks. Do you have a block unattached somewhere? What's it say? Okay. So let me check out her warning. So you guys have to read those warnings. All right, yeah. So do you guys see my block of code here? See that? It's just got to be a 0 right there. That is a problem. Hard little find. But you got to learn how to debug, right? All right, so how do we make Pac-Man go right, left, up, and down? So you go back in here, and you're going to go and find Pac-Man. There he is, Pac-Man. And there is a move to function. Everybody see the move to? Bounce, collide with, move to. There you go, move to. So if I want this guy to go right, what makes him go right, X's or Y's? X's. Adding or subtracting to it? Adding to it makes you go to the right. Very good. So you just problem solve that. So you're going to go up here, and you're going to say, okay, let's get some math, and let's add to my X's. So I'm going to go back to Pac-Man and get his X, the X that he's at right now. And I'm going to say, okay, Pac-Man X plus how many pixels I want him to move. And I'm just going to say 10. I want you to move 10 pixels. Will his Y's move when he goes X? We got 5 minutes left, so we need to wrap this up. Okay? I think I can get these 4 done in 5 minutes. Will his Y move when he goes X? Does his Y change when he goes in the X direction? No. So I'm just going to grab this X here, watch this, and I can change this X to a Y. And his Y is going to remain wherever Y you're at. Let's say you're at 140. It's going to stay at 140. The X's, we're going to go X plus 10. Okay? So now let me ask you this. How do we go left? Yeah. Isn't it the same thing? Just copy this guy over here. But instead of me adding 10, what am I going to do? I'm going to subtract 10. Was that hard? Okay. And how do I go up? Let's copy and paste that guy and let's go up. How do you think you're going to go up? Should I alter his X's or Y's to go up? What do you think? What's going up? Y's or X's? That was a question. Y's. So you want to take this and flip this around. And this guy needs to be his Y. This is going to be Y minus 10. Makes him go back up because 0, 0 is at the top. Then you go down plus 10, down plus 20, down plus 30. You with me? So to go back up, you're going to go minus 10, minus 10, minus 10, and takes you back up. And this guy needs to be an X. So the X's don't change when you go up. Only the Y's go Y minus 10. No, Y minus 10 goes back up. And how do you think I'm going to go down? Okay, it's just adding 10. So you come down here, and instead of subtracting 10, what are you going to do? You're going to go get this math function, and you're going to add 10. And now, can I go left, right, up, and down? Okay, so now let's go connect this. We got 3 minutes left, and let's see if this works. Was that too mind-blowing for anyone in here today? Was anyone like, oh my God, my head hurts. I can't do this? No, I don't think it's that difficult, is it? Yours is working? Josh? Cool. Okay, Josh is working. So let's go to the right. My right worked. My left worked. My down worked. And my up worked. Okay? Now, what's wrong with it? What do you see that's not really correct? What? Pac-Man is not turning. So, should we make Pac-Man face in a direction? And I want you to figure this out tonight, so go back to Pac-Man. And there is something called a heading. Okay? And every time you go up, down, left, and right, you need to start heading in some direction. Now, does anyone know what the directions are? Okay, your headings go in a 360-degree circle. 0 is heading east. Okay, how do you figure that out? You go right here to I've got 1 minute left, so let's get this done. Let's go to drawing animation. You go to your canvas and you start reading about your canvas. Go to more. All right, you come down here, and you look for like heading, interval, pictures. Do you see it? Properties. Zero degrees is towards the right of the screen. That's what I just said, okay? So the heading is 0 degrees is toward the right of the screen. 90 degrees is towards the top. Okay, so can we go back and fill this in super quick? All right, so you're going to go get this guy heading. I'm going to copy and paste this number. Heading to the right is, we just read it's 0. And take this guy, duplicate this guy over here. Heading is, they just said 90. Anyone want to guess what left is? No. They go up by 90 degrees. So this guy is going to be 180. Okay? And you copy and paste this guy. And this guy is at 270. Boom, you're done. All right? Have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow. Who learned something today? Chase, you getting this? Who's getting this today? Is that hard to do? Is it too hard? What do you guys think? Can this be learned? Yeah, it's not that bad, right? If you take it one little block at a time, hey, it's not that bad. By the way, how many blocks of code do we do today? We did 60 blocks of code. And I messed up there with that if statement. So you guys can think about that if statement tonight. Keep calm and code on. We'll see you. Bye.